It is truly a miracle that ancient art and literature were able to survive the malevolent prudishness of Victorian England. Of course, it did not make it out unscathed. And they found tiny, sinister ways to make it difficult for us 150 years later to learn about some of the specific filth that existed in ancient literature. We can see their powdery little tobacco fingerprints on the pages of the big lexicons that students of ancient languages still use today. And what I'm talking about is this phenomenon wherein if you find a word, often a word in ancient comedy that you haven't seen before, maybe it only shows up in that one spot, and you go to look it up in the lexicon, and it points you to the Latin lexicon. And then you go look up the entry in the Latin lexicon, and it directs you to the Greek lexicon. This is your sign that you found something filthy. And this is their little way of keeping these schoolboys who are working with these texts so long ago from learning a word for any number of swears or acts. And the reason I say it's a miracle is that there are many, many pieces of ancient art that did not survive the malevolent prudishness of many people who came across it over the centuries. In ancient cultures, fertility was a top priority because if humans were not fertile, if the harvest was not fertile, that would be the end of the civilization. A lot of fertility motifs explicitly rendered showed up in art and literature. So tragically, a lot of statues, for example, had pieces broken off of them so they could be suitable for the delicate eyes of the 19th century English citizenry, for example. Even in spite of all this, they couldn't deny the importance of these works. They couldn't take ancient Greek philosophy or ancient Greek literature out of their curriculum because of the way it influenced the philosophical tradition following it. Although I really would like to be a fly on the wall in a classroom where a bunch of 12-year-olds are reading the symposium and they get to the part where all the characters basically talk about getting off for a good few pages. That's this word.